Good morning, traders, and welcome to Beyond Profile. Today is Wednesday, March 30th. We've got one more day left of the month, the end of quarter. S&P higher this morning. We weren't able to get on to the longs last night. We didn't catch those entries on the pullback. Markets just didn't come back far enough for us to get the entries. And obviously we're higher this morning. ADP report just out, and we have this 25 naked volume control right here, point of control from before. It's the top of the value area high for the month, also 25s. This market, though, I got to tell you, after we looked at this yesterday late in the afternoon, this 1310, once that monthly point of control shifted, that was the magic button. I mean, it didn't even look back. I didn't even look back to give us an entry in the overnight session. I thought, I parked some orders and just never came back to those levels. We're higher this morning now, and again, we're getting close to some prior highs here where I expect some sort of short-term pause here because there's a lot of reference points right here. But the market in itself looks like it wants to go, 30s and then 40s to new highs. Probably see a new probe high here is what I'm thinking, and then a leg down. All right, then a leg down after that. So we don't want to fight this. This thing is, since those lows of 1240, big move back up. And again, for today, it's kind of hard because you're gapping up. But we know that there's some areas inside of this that are very powerful for us as far as getting on a trade. Look at the 30-minute time frame from yesterday. You can see this 1310 area right here, the potency of it. Look at how long we auctioned here. In this area, we went back down, retested the value area low, and we had acceptance of value here. See, and then once you break out of balance, what happens? We have an imbalance state. Imbalance will always go back to balance, and we'll get some short-term acceptance up here. But where are we going to come back to? Look at the Globex lows right here, maybe 1320. I'm looking at where the value area right now is in the pre-market session, and it's 1320. So if we come down to that level, we'll probably look to buy that because you're going to look for the acceptance of this area right here for it to hold, build another value area because you've already had acceptance for, almost 2 days. So we moved up into this area right Friday. Monday we auctioned down back low and then we retested it and went back through it yesterday. So we have, again, a short-term area acceptance here of these 14s down to 1300. So this area, if we can come back to it, obviously we would buy the COP, the change of polarity on this thing, but I don't think we're going to see that. I think this morning, if we get to 1320s, we're going to be lucky. That would probably be the best that we're going to see in this. So that area, as we come back into some of these lows, this high right here, maybe 1850s to 20s. Obviously, I'd welcome it with open arms if we could come back down to the 10s, but that's where I was sitting last night. Really had to buy the break over the change of polarity right here, like 14 and a half. Right after, actually, this was right after the reopen here. Slightly after the reopen, ran up a little higher into the close. We pulled back, retested the COP, and then we took off at that level and never looked back at all. It's been grinding higher all night, and the ADP report here not helping it at all either. It's somewhat a positive number, and I think even if it was negative, the market doesn't really care. Bad news is good news to it lately, and it doesn't seem to really matter. So we're going back. We're going back to the prior highs. And now we have a nice good value area underneath us here to support the move, 13s to 1315. So what does that look like back again on the daily? See, remember the monthly moved up to 1310s. It was down at 1293 yesterday, and I said if we sit here too long and churn, it's going to force that point of control up, and that means then what? We're going back to the top side. It's almost like, again, having a teeter-totter, if you will, and that teeter was tottered to the top side yesterday, and here we are, here we are at these highs. So pullbacks buyable. Pullbacks are buyable going forward the rest of the day in these markets. Nasdaq also. Okay, watch the crude market. We've got a significant number at 105.50s. 105.50s in the crude market. We'll keep an eye out for that this day. All right, folks. Have a great trading day, and we'll see you in the room.